The Halloween event part 1 is going down in Pokemon Go. It is going to be a lot of fun, and most importantly, it is going to have a lot of ghost Pokemon, some great bonuses, and everything that you're going to need for this event. And I'm going to give you those top tips today. So this event is starting on the 20th at 10 a.m. local time, which is going to be Thursday. And that's going to go all the way until the 27th, which is going to be Thursday once again at 10 a.m. local time. And then the Part 2 is going to take over right from there. If you want to see all the details about the Part 2, because I think it's almost crazier than Part 1, check that video out up here. It's amazing. The bonuses of the event are going to include 2 times catch candy, 2 times hatch candy, and 2 times transfer candy. And for level 31 trainers and up, you will get guaranteed Exo candy for your buddy Pokemon. So it is a very, very exciting time for candy bonuses. We're going to be getting some great spawns. We're going to be getting some field research tasks. We're going to be getting some raid battles that are going to be awesome. And with all that said, let's jump into my top tips to not waste any more time, starting off with tip number 1. Hey, how are you? Yeah, she really likes the sun though.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she would sit here normally. Yeah, she likes it. She's absorbing all her vitamin D.
There you go.
Yep. So kicking off our top tips, let's look at the spawns of this event. The spawns are incredible, guys. They are really incredible. There are great Pokemon in here. Let's jump right in because coming right off the bat, we have Gastly and Haunter. Gastly is going to have the shiny out there. Haunter will not. Mega Gengar is the top ghost attacker in the game, even with Mega, with Shadows, with everything. It is the top ghost attacker. So it is definitely in your best interest, I think, to get at least one Gengar all the way to level 50 so you can multi-purpose this Pokemon as a somewhat decent meta attacker, but even more importantly, as the meta attacker. And then we're going to have the Zubat with the shiny as well. Then we also have Spinarak with the shiny, as well as Murkrow and Misdreavus. And then we're going to have Sableye. And just remember that Sableye is a Stardust boosted Pokemon, so catching as many Sableye whenever you see them is very important to get you some more Stardust. We are going to have Shuppet. We are going to have Dusclops spawning in the wild. Dusclops and Haunter are going to give you extra Stardust and guaranteed 1 XL candies. We are going to have Absolve. We're going to have Drifloon. We are going to have Yamask, that does have a shiny in the wild. We're going to have Golett. We're going to have Phantump, and we're going to have Pumpkaboo. And Pumpkaboo does get the shiny in part 2. Phantump is an amazing PvP Pokemon that we're going to talk about here in a second. But as far as meta attackers beyond the Gengar, there's not really too many in the Ghost category. But let's check out the PvP Pokemon. The number 1 Pokemon, even though it's rank 197, is going to be Haunter. I am going to recommend this Pokemon to you guys because sometimes in different cups it does serve well. So I just think having a good quality Haunter is always good. It is glassy, yes, as is the Gengar, but it does have purpose at times. 197 ranked in the Great League. 100% IV is going to be 115-14. And then for the Ultra League, we have Gengar with Shadow Claw, Shadow Punch, and Shadow Ball. Shadow Punch being a Calm Day move, this Pokemon is going to be ranked 36. 100% IV at a 015-14. Which then leads us into the Great League for the Sableye. That is going to be ranked 22 with Shadow Claw, Foul Play, and Return. 100% IVs is going to be a 314-15 at level 48.5, so you will approximately need 260 XL candy to bump this Pokemon up, and Foul Play will require an Elite TM to be able to get it. And now we're going to look at the Yamask evolutions. So we have the Galarian, which is not spawning in the wild, but I'm still going to put this in here for you guys. Runerigus is really well ranked in some of the leagues. Rank 15 in the Great League with Shadow Claw, Sand Tomb, and Shadow Ball. 100% IV is going to be a 011-14, and then in the Ultra League it's ranked 53 at a 10-15-15, which is going to be at a level 50, so you will need 296 XL candy for that Pokemon. And additionally here for that one, you can actually get this one from Field Research as this PvP IV distribution. Which then leads us into the Kofagrigus, which is going to be ranked 30 in the Great League with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, and Dark Pulse. 011-14 for this Pokemon. The exact same IVs as its Galarian form, and it's going to be ranked 38 for the Ultra League with the same IV situation at 10-15-15 at level 50. And then let's not forget about Trevenant. That's ranked 2 in the Great League with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, and Seed Bomb at 0-15-15 for the Great League. And the Ultra League is going to be ranked 4 at 43.5 level at a 115-15. So that's a lot for the spawns, the GBL, and the meta attackers. There's really not too much for the meta attackers, but for GBL it does look great, which is then going to lead us to tip number 2. Tip number 2, we're gonna look at our candy gains for this. So what I would suggest doing for our candy gains, number 1 is catching a lot of Pokemon. Number 2, if you wanna hatch 12-kilometer eggs, you will get boosted candy. Hatching 10-kilometer eggs is actually gonna be probably one of the most beneficial because there are a little bit more rare Pokemon in the pool. How to get 10-kilometer eggs is basically just hatch an egg, spin a stop, and hope for the best. But also on Adventure Sync Mondays, if you walk 50 kilometers and you have 2 egg spots open, you will guaranteed get a 10-kilometer egg, which then has an even rarer egg pool that can feature a little bit more prevalent for the Riolu. Not only that, these 7-kilometer eggs is going to be something we check out as well for the hatch. And then for the transfer, guys, once this event hits, transfer a lot of Pokemon that you have. If you're waiting to trade for some for XL Candy over 100 kilometers, obviously save those Pokemon. And then additionally, guys, looking at your buddy Pokemon, what I would suggest is going for buddy Pokemon that are 1 kilometer, 3 kilometers, and 5 kilometers. I would not go over 5 kilometers, and all of those Pokemon in there are gonna give you extra XL Candy. Rare Pokemon that maybe you normally wouldn't be able to get so easily, maybe some Bagons for the Salamence. A great one would be Timber. Also, you could do your Riolu to get your XL Candy, and if you get those Pokemon excited, they're gonna be giving you XL Candy at half of the kilometers as normal. So that's all the things that you guys need. Pick some of the rare Pokemon. Even Timber would be a great Pokemon to walk for the extra XL Candy. My favorite is gonna be Riolu because it's only been in eggs as of right now. Also, the other Pokemon that I am considerably walking is going to be the Heracross because I don't get Heracross spawns where I'm at, and I really want to level 50 a Heracross for when that Mega does come. So look at that and cut your buddy in half. I'll probably have a specific video that I'm going to talk about walking the best XL candies, so I can give you a full list without taking up too much time in this video, which is then going to lead to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be the 7-kilometer eggs. Guys, we have amazing Pokemon in these 7K eggs. We do have both of the Yamask, the regular and the Galarian form. Not only that, we are going to have the brand new shiny, which is going to be Noibat, and we are going to have Golett, as well as Phantump in here. Do I suggest going after these 7-kilometer eggs? Only if you don't hatch a shiny and you're okay with it, I would suggest going after it. If you are not okay with going through all your 7-kilometer eggs and not hatching a shiny, just don't do it. At some point it will be available for us, and at some point we will be able to do it. The 100% IV for this Pokemon is for both of the Yamask, 561 coming out of the eggs, 679 for the Golett, 642 for the Phantump, and 381 for the Noibat. Good luck everybody out there hatching shinies. Let me know if you plan to hatch 7-kilometer egg shinies in the comments below, which then leads to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be all about the field research and the research going on during this event, so let's check that out right now. And we have the field research for you guys. So we have catch 5 ghost-type Pokemon for a Shuppet encounter or a Duskull encounter. Both are going to have shinies. 436 or 302. Remember, Shuppet goes into that new Mega Banette. Then we are going to have catch 10 ghost-type Pokemon for a Yamask encounter. 420 is the 100% IV. Catch 25 Pokemon, so these two are very, very good tasks right here. This one's going to be the Galarian Yamask, 420 on this one. Then we have the walk 5 kilometers for a Phantump, 481. Spin 5 Pokestops or gyms for the Gengar Mega Energy times 20, and the Absolve Mega Energy for spin 10 Pokestops or gyms times 20 as well, so that's pretty good. And then we are going to have the mysterious masks. Okay, so this one is going to be catch 10 ghost type Pokemon for 13 Stardust, make 9 curveball throws for a Yamask encounter, make 49 nice throws for 9 Ultra Balls, Galarian Yamask, 4900 XP and 490 Stardust. Then in stage 2 we have catch 40 ghost type Pokemon for 13, earn 9 hearts with your buddy for a Yamask encounter, send 13 gifts to friends for 40 great balls. That's great right there. Galarian Yamask encounter, 4900 XP and 490 Stardust. On the next one we have catch 40 ghost type Pokemon for 13 XP again. Catch 9 different species of ghost type Pokemon for a Yamask encounter. Use 49 berries to help catch Pokemon for 49 Pokeballs. And then we have a Galarian Yamask, 4900 XP and 490 Stardust. In stage number 4 you claim all of the 490 XP and then 4900 XP. For Galarian Yamask encounter, 49 Yamask candy and 490 Stardust. Okay, and the next two ones are going to be either the $1 or the $5 research quest line, and then we'll talk about if I think they're worth it. Well, for the first one, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Yamask encounters for $1, and then you get 8 Galarian Yamask encounters for $1, which, I mean, guys, that's pretty significant right there. I don't know about you guys, but seems like a pretty good chance right there that you may get a shiny. And then for the $5 storyline, we have the walk 2 kilometers for a Spinarak, catch 10 Pokemon for the Joltik, catch 7 ghost types for the Dewpider, Ariados, and we have 1 Incense. In stage number 2, walk 2 kilometers for a Zubat, transfer 10 for a Woobat, catch 10 ghost type Pokemon for a Gligar, and then we have a Golbat encounter. We have an Incubator as well. And then in the next stage, we have walk 2 kilometers for a Purloin, we have send 7 gifts for a Litten encounter and catch 10 ghost types for a Sneasel encounter, then we get an Umbreon and we get an Incubator. And then in stage 4, hatch an egg, make 9 curveball throws, catch 13 ghost types. We do not know what it is yet, or the other one, but then you get the Lantern pose. So it seems like the $5 one is heavily focused around a few premium items, but mostly focused around the 2 poses. Well, obviously it's just 1 pose because that's what it's going to be there. So I would say that counting on this one, I don't really see the $5 one being that cool. Honestly speaking, if you guys do think it is, I obviously said that the $1 storyline was really good, and then obviously the field research ones are great as well. But the one downside is there's no Sableye in the field research, which I was really hoping for, which would have helped us with the Stardust stacking for the field research for the Calm Days coming up for the 3x catch Stardust, and that is going to be all of the field research for this event. So there you go, get after those field research, stock up on everything that matters, which then goes into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be all about the raid battles. So we do have raid battles going on, obviously. We have 1-star raids, which are going to be Sableye, Purloin, both of the Yamasks, as well as Phantump. Do I suggest going after these raid battles? Well, the one thing about here is if you're hunting the Galarian Yamask shiny, it's more predictable than going after 7-kilometer eggs. So obviously, you know, you can go to the raid battle and you can do it. You don't have to like hatch eggs and hope to hatch one of these and then hope to get the shiny on top of it. So there is that advantage there. On the 3-star raids, we do have Gengar, we do have Drapion, we do have Umbreon, we do have Drifblim that are all going to be in there. And the one thing I would suggest is that, you know, on the next round, Halloween Part 2, we do have the Gengar with hat on, so probably not doing Gengar raids as of right now. As far as the 5-star raids, we do have the Giratina Ultra Form. Definitely suggest doing that Pokemon to raid for, even if it's just to get some and to trade with your buddies that are Ultra Friends, because then you can drop down the attack and keep the defense high. And then finally, we have Mega Banette. I would just say to do a couple of those just to get that Pokemon into a Mega form, slowly get that Mega all the way to Mega level 3, but it is not the most effective, and there are obviously better Pokemon to boost Dark and Ghost types, to do Dark and Poison types as far as Megas, and this Pokemon, unfortunately, is just a straight Ghost Pokemon here. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. Make sure to get out there, make sure to hunt, make sure to have fun, make sure to get that candy, make sure to get those shinies, and make sure to hatch those eggs if it is purposeful for you. So thank you for being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, to the page, to love to see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.